welcome back to my channel. So today is an exciting video. It is a video I have never done before, but I've seen plenty other YouTubers do it, and I decided to, what the heck, let's just film it. And it is my plan for my upcoming Disney World / Florida trip, because I'm doing a little bit more than Disney World, but it's mainly Disney World, guys. So first things first, I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I know to some people this is not a big number, but if I had to stand up in front of 1,000 people and give a speech, no dice, I'm out. There is no way I could do that. So to think of it like that is just absolutely unreal that many people have subscribed to my channel. So thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for watching my videos. So yeah, just a massive thank you to everybody who has subscribed, because I am still absolutely blown away that I finally hit 1,000 subscribers. It's insane. And also, I always made a promise in my own head. I'm not quite, I think I mentioned it a few times on Twitter, but you might not follow me on Twitter. I always said when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will finally do a giveaway. So when I am at Disney World, I intend to buy some gifts to hopefully do a giveaway for you guys. Next, I am filming on my brand new camera. It is the Canon M50. I hope it looks okay. This is the first time I've filmed in it. If the sound sounds a bit funny, I am out in my living room. You can tell I got my Christmas tree behind me. I know it's only not even mid-November. We had to put it up early because obviously we go soon. We go in like 2.5 weeks. Oh my gosh. So yeah, we had to put it up early because obviously we're not here for the whole of December, but we still wanted to enjoy it. So we actually put it up on like the 1st or 2nd of November. I can't quite remember, but it's been up for a little bit now. But I was like, I'll come out here, but because I'm out in like this big area, I'm not too sure what the sound's like. So we'll work with that. But yes, filming on my brand new camera. You might be wondering why I got a brand new camera. Quick answer is I had an irrational fear that my Canon G7X Mark II would break in America. I've seen a lot of people have issues with their Mark II, like the sound would just stop working, and I kept having these dreams that was gonna happen to me. And so I just thought, hey, instead of that happening to me, let's just buy a new camera. So I've gone into debt, I got a new camera, I decided to go this camera. I can change the lenses on it, I can add an external mic. I don't have any of that stuff. Actually, I have other lenses because my dad has another Canon DSLR, and we can attach the lenses on this camera, and I have a few lenses that I brought to put on his camera. So I can do that now because it has the ability to do that. The other thing is instead of the viewfinder up above, and I was so bad at looking at it, it's to the side. So if you see me look in this direction, I'm being bad and I'm not looking at the lens, so sorry about that. But yes, very excited filming on my new camera, so I hope everything's okay and it works out fine. Third thing, before we get started into this video, I also started a Facebook page, mainly because I just wanted to share my thoughts, stuff, deals I find, my planning tricks, any of that. I just wanted to find a place where I could share all that, and I thought making a Facebook page would be the best place. So if you feel like following me, you don't have to. I'll leave a link below to that, but just to let you know, have a Facebook page now in case you are interested. Now, what you are all here for, it is my planning video. So these are my plans for Disney World. Now, I'm not one of those people, like I love planning, but I don't plan everything to the second, to the minute, to the hour of every single day. I do have a folder, has Disney Trip 2019 written on it, and it's got some Christmas decorations. This is why I felt it was appropriate to wear my Christmas is, be in front of my Christmas tree, and wear my Mickey's Very Merry Christmas t-shirt that I got last year that I have actually never worn, and literally took the tags off before filming this video. So I've had it for a year and never worn it. But like, I don't think you'd wear a Christmas shirt at any other time but like December. So yes, I've got this folder. It doesn't necessarily have our plans, but it has flights, hotels we're staying at, all that info. So I'm gonna be referencing this. I'm also gonna be looking at my mobile phone a lot because I put a lot of my things into My Disney Experience. I'm already gonna be using the app when I'm there. I know a lot of people hate it, they complain about it. I find the app quite useful. I, however, do not use it to really book fast passes apart from when I'm there, or to book dining or anything. I do all that online, so maybe that's what people's issues are with it, but I put all my deets in there because you're already using it anyway, you might as well just keep using it. So without further ado, let's get started with this planning video, and let's see what I have to look forward to on my holiday. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I have already done a where I'm eating at Disney World video, and I'll leave that link below if you really want to check that out. Now, once again, I'm saying before I get started, I will be vlogging this trip as well, and I'm going to be trying something different this time. I sort of gauged people's reactions. I asked a few people and whatnot, and this time I'm going to be doing mini vlogs. Once again, I did not come up with this idea. I'm not going to claim I came up with this idea, but pretty much at the end of every day, I'm gonna put a lot of stress on myself, not really, I will enjoy it, and I'm gonna put together like a quick 5-minute only video of my day and get it up. Like, I'll upload it that night while I'm sleeping, and it will be up in the morning. I don't know what the time zones will be like in Australia, but that is what I'm planning to do. I enjoy that I like the idea that I will be doing this, because I'll just be able to have quick little snippets of my day, just get to watch it back, and then I'll have my full vlogs coming later. So that's something different that I'm going to be doing this time. Like I said, it's going to put pressure on me, but when I get back to the hotel room anyway, I'm a bit wired and it takes me an hour or two to fall asleep, so I might as well be productive and do something. So that is what I'm going to do. Alright, now I'm going to stop talking. Well, I'm going to keep talking, but I'm going to talk about this. It's my Disney trip. What are the plans? So unlike a lot of people, I say a lot of people, I follow a lot of British people, and they do the whole pre-travel day, and I'm like, I travel for 30 hours. Does that not count? That's like a pre-travel day and a travel day in the one thing. So there's no pre-travel day. Pre-travel day is spent at home, running around like a crazy person, taking my dogs to boarding, getting last minute things done, like getting my nails done, I think. No, my hair is not that. Oh, I'm getting my eyebrows done. Last minute packing if I have to quickly run to the shops and grab something. Even though I know there are shops in America where I can grab these things from, you just always feel like you just need to get it before you go. Anybody else? Yeah. And then we fly. So we are flying out on Friday, and just wait for these times, guys, because I think a lot of people might underestimate how long it takes us from Australia to get to America, but it is a long time. So I live in beautiful, not really, it is really hot right now, it's disgusting, I hate it, North Queensland, Australia, and I don't have an international airport where I live, so that means I have to fly to an international airport. So I actually have to do 3 flights to get to America. Some people have to do more than that, which is just outrageous. But my flight is at 6 a.m. I won't sleep the night before, I'm gonna be up. We land at Brisbane at about 8, and then my international flight to LAX is at 11, and I'm flying Virgin Australia. We flew them last year for the first time, thoroughly enjoyed the flight, loved that we had more room in our economy seats, and the food was good, the entertainment was good. It was just a great flight, so I'm really, really hoping that we get that again. So like I said, we leave Brisbane at 11 a.m. on Friday. We land in Los Angeles at 6 a.m. Friday. So time travel, it exists. I will do it during this trip. That flight actually, does it have on here? It does. It goes for 13 hours. That's already after I've done a 2-hour flight to get to Brisbane. I then do a 13-hour flight to get to LA. It's the worst flight of my life. As somebody who hates flying too, and I know the whole time I'm flying over water, there is nowhere for that plane to land. If there is an issue, pray for me. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Worst flight of my life. Why do I keep going back to Disney? I do not know. I then have a flight at about 9, 10-ish over to Orlando, and I'll land at about 5:40 p.m. on Friday. Yay, we have finally made it. And that's about a 5-hour flight, I think 4 and a bit. 4 hours and 45 minutes, but let's just say 5 by the time you have to sit on the plane, get off the plane, and all that jazz. So if we add that up, that's 20 hours of flying or just being on a plane. And then in 2 airports, we have at least 3-hour wait. So that's at least 26 hours of traveling. So travel day is not fun. and you smell really bad down the other end and you just want to take a shower and eat food. That is what I want to do. We get to Orlando at 5:40 and you're like, yeah, you go straight to Disney, but if you don't know, and I don't know if I've explained, I think I've mentioned it. We are doing a cruise before we go over to Disney World. My sister and I weren't originally doing this, but then when my parents decided to come along, we added a short 4-night Royal Caribbean cruise. That means we are not going to Disney straight away. So what we are doing, we are that night going to the Radisson Resort at the Port. Rhymes. Radisson Resort at the Port. We've never stayed here before. It is a hotel out at Port Canaveral. We are staying here from Friday until Monday. And it's pretty much just before our cruise. Why are we staying there for so long? The way it worked out was our flights were cheaper on the Friday, and it was cheaper for us to literally stay at that hotel than all of us to pay the extra it was going to cost to fly on the Saturday and land Saturday night in Orlando. So we're staying at the Radisson Resort at the Port. So if you've stayed there before a cruise or whatnot, let me know below, but that is what we are doing. And the Saturday, we are doing nothing. We are sleeping in, we are getting up, we might be going for a swim in the pool, we'll do whatever we want. It's just gonna be a chill, let's try and get into this time zone day. That is all we're doing on Saturday. On the Sunday, however, for the first time ever, I've always wanted to do it, but then I never have because I love Disney too much, and this was a good excuse to go do it. We are going out to the Kennedy Space Center, so we've never done it before. My mum and dad did in 2016 when we went to Disney World. They went out for a day, we went to Universal instead. But yeah, we're going to Kennedy Space Center and I'm excited to see all the space things. On the Monday, we go board our cruise ship. It is for 4 nights, so we leave Monday, we get back Friday, and it is on the Mariner of the Seas, leaving from Port Canaveral. We only have 2 stops on this cruise. We stop at Nassau, I hope I am saying that right, Nassau in the Bahamas, and we stop at Royal Caribbean's private island, Perfect Day at Coco Cay. That's literally the name of the island. Well, I think the name of the island is Coco Cay, but they always just reference it as Perfect Day at Coco Cay. And I feel like I have to say it in that accent. You don't. I just feel like I do. We're doing that back to front. We're actually doing Perfect Day at Coco Cay first. So we have actually booked for the water park at Perfect Day at Coco Cay. It was really cheap. I think it was only like $35 US for a whole day pass or something. So we're like, why not? Because yes, you have to pay on their private island. It's not like Disney where a lot of the things are free. You get off and they just start charging for more. It's Royal Caribbean, but we're excited. This will be the biggest cruise ship we have ever sailed on, so that is exciting. 4 nights is not enough to explore the entire ship, but I'm still excited to go on it. I'm excited to stop at their private island, and I'm excited to finally go to Nassau. I've heard Nassau's a bit of a like, not so good place, but like, we're not going to that famous pink hotel. What's it called? I can't remember. Let's put the name down here. It's just way too expensive. It is absolutely ridiculous how expensive it is just to get in. No thank you, don't need that in my life. So we're just doing like a little tour of Nassau just to say we've seen the sights, and then we'll just jump back on board and then travel on back to Port Canaveral. Now, if you are wondering how are we getting, so this is just more of a planning tip, how are we getting from Port Canaveral to Disney World, because it's Friday now and we are going to Disney World. We did some research and we found a company called GoPort, and what they do is they will pick you up from the cruise ship terminal and take you back to the airport. Now, if you are a Disney World person, you would know that if you stay at a Disney World resort, you get free transportation from Orlando Airport to your Disney resort. So we were like, so all we have to do is get back to the airport and then we've got free transportation into Disney World. So it saves us a bit of money because it's a lot more money to have to travel from Port Canaveral into Disney World instead of just going to the airport first. So I'm looking at this now. I'm not sure how much we paid, but yeah, we've booked on with GoPort and they're picking us up from our cruise ship on that Friday, and they're gonna take us straight to MCO, and then we will catch the Magical Express. And now we get into the Disney stuff, and now I can put this down. That is literally all that's in here. It is all our confirmations. So this is what me and my family do. We put all our confirmations in here, tickets, everything of all the hotels, our flights, our Estes, our What else have we got in here? Our travel insurance, because you need that. That's what we carry in this. And apart from that, we don't take anything else. Like I don't print off spreadsheets or anything like that. Like I said, I plan, but I don't plan that hardcore. Okay, so now we've got to the Disney World portion of this holiday, which is really thrilling. So I'm just gonna open up my Disney Experience app on my phone. It used to be Halloween. Oh, it's snowflakes now. I haven't opened that in a while. That was really exciting. Woo, okay, so on the Friday, let me just go into my plans. My plans. So, I've mentioned it before, we are staying at DVC Resorts for the very first time. Why are the dogs barking right now? Not my dogs. I have no idea what dog is that. That is really annoying, you guys. We are staying at 2 DVC Resorts for the first time. We are renting DVC points. I will do a whole video about it once I finish the whole experience from like booking to actually staying. It's our first time ever doing it, so I'm finally getting to stay at deluxe resorts, which I never thought would be possible because Disney World resorts are ridiculously high and so expensive in pricing. It is absolutely ridiculous, but at the same time, I think it's sort of worth it. I think it's worth to stay on Disney World property. It shouldn't be that expensive. When me and my sister compared what we paid in 2016 to what you have to pay now, ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It shouldn't be that much money, but they got to make money. They're a business, so you know. So yeah, we booked DVC, but because we're now coming a day early, we're not coming on that Saturday. Our cruise ended on the Friday. We are doing one night at, I think it's my favorite resort currently that I've ever stayed at, and that is Disney's Pop Century Resort. We're just doing one night there. It's just the one night before we go to our DVC resorts, which is just, I still can't believe I can say that. So yeah, check into Pop Century. Obviously, the probably room won't be ready. It might be, we're probably gonna get there around midday. The one thing I've told my dad is we are checking into Pop Century. We can look around. This is one thing I also want to mention. I'm sorry if this video is all over the place. I just remember things and blurt it out as it happens. But one thing I want to mention, this trip is going to be a bit different to other trips. My dad is in his 70s. He likes to think he can walk long distances, bless him, but he can't, and I was gonna pay to rent him a scooter. He refuses to have that. So it's gonna be a bit of a different holiday. It's gonna probably be a bit more relaxed, a bit more about chilling, taking stuff in. My sister and I will still go home at night when we're alone, generally most of the time, but it is probably gonna be a bit different of a trip. Just thought I'd throw that in here because we'll be spending time with our parents. Mum's fine, Mum can keep up. It's like Dad's in his 70s, completely understandable. When I'm in my 70s, could you imagine if I had my kids dragging me around Disney World and I'm just like, I just want to sit down and like, Dad, no, we're gonna go look at this. I can imagine. So I told him we're checking into Pop Century and we are walking to Art of Animation, and while we walk into Art of Animation, I want that pasta. Yeah, I want that pasta. And then we're probably gonna go over to the outlet shops, do some shopping, then might come back, go to Disney Springs. It's very open, be whatever the heck we want. We are not going to a park this night. We do have a 14-day ticket. We got that through Attraction Tickets Direct. But yeah, this is a non-park day. Then on the Saturday, we check into our first DVC resort, and that is Disney's Old Key West Resort. Ooh. So in my phone, we put heaps of notes in here. So I subscribe to touring plans, and touring plans give you crowd calendars. You can look it up, but I just like add it in here. So I'll add in what the crowds are meant to be like at the parks that day, and then other little things to remember. So like where I'll put dinner if we don't have dinner planned, but I'll just list all the quick service locations that we like in the park or area we're gonna be in. So they're the sort of notes I put in my Disney Experience app. So like on this Saturday when we check into Old Key West, obviously we know the room's not gonna be ready till I think 4 for DVC Resorts. But at 10 a.m. if we're there then, if not, it's okay. They have the Legend of the Conch, I think I said that right, Conch Flats tour. It is a free tour that is done at Old Key West, and they sort of take you around and explain things, and we know my dad would really enjoy it. I would really enjoy it too. So if we don't get it done this Saturday, we'll probably do it the following Saturday because I think it's every Saturday and Wednesday they do this tour. I'll double check with myself and correct myself if I'm wrong, but that's what I think it is. We then have lunch at the boathouse. If you watch my dining video, you know we do a lot of lunches because we like having our nights free. We then are going to Magic Kingdom that night because we have some Magic Kingdom fast passes. Because if you don't know me, you've never watched my vlogs before, my motto is, if Happily Ever After is on, Ali is at Magic Kingdom. Or at least I try to be. I love Happily Ever After and I could watch it every single night of my life and just be content. And I don't think I would ever get sick of it. You are looking at the person though who loves any sort of fireworks. Absolutely love fireworks. I always have since I was a kid. So nighttime shows are just my thing. It's okay if they're not your thing. They're my thing. I'd be happier if there weren't so many people's things because the park would be more empty and I could be a bit more free while watching it, but that will never happen. We're at Magic Kingdom. We have 3 fast passes. The way we figured out fast passes is thanks to Touring Plan, so I'll leave their link below. I subscribe to them. I think it's like $14 for a year subscription, and you can pick the day you're gonna go to a certain park, and it will literally tell you the estimated wait times for every single ride. So we will pick fast passes for the rides with the longest waits because we want to skip queues and we are happier to wait in lines that are like 30 minutes or less. So these clearly had the longest waits. So we're doing Peter Pan, Space Mountain, and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. We then wanted to maybe see a Frozen Holiday Wish. I only want to see it once just to watch the fireworks, to watch the castle light up. I know my parents will really appreciate it. And then at 9 o'clock we got Happily Ever After and we'll just stay to Magic Kingdom till closed. I don't know if my parents will, but that's what me and my sister will definitely do. We are night people, we are not morning people. And if you couldn't tell, we don't even spend full days at parks. Like we are starting this day. 2:40 is our first fast pass, but I can guarantee we probably won't get there till like 3 or like just before 3:40 when our fast pass ends. So we'll just spend the night there. We're completely okay with that. On the Sunday, it's extra magic hours at Hollywood Studios. I added that in, it's in the morning. I think we wanted to attempt to go to this because Rise of the Resistance would have just opened 2 days ago and we were thought, well, let's go try it. It's still early on the trip. We might be okay with waking up early. We'll see, but we are not morning people. We then have brunch at Olivia's Cafe at Old Key West. My dad loves eating at the restaurants at the resorts we stay at. And I'm really happy to try this place. It looked amazing and brunch looks unreal. So I'm excited for that. And then we are back at Magic Kingdom for an afternoon, but it's because we are doing Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So I booked us some fast passes before that happens. We've got Jungle Cruise, which is actually the Jingle Cruise, Haunted Mansion, and then the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. And then we have Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party that night. So we'll be there till midnight, 1 a.m, not till we're getting home. Monday, probably gonna sleep in because we've stayed up all late that night. We then have lunch at Sanaa over at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, or the Villas actually section. Now this is when we started getting into Hollywood Studios territory. Now Hollywood Studios has the worst fast passes in the history of fast passes. So we've booked a lot of tier 2 fast passes that we're actually not going to use. We have booked them for early in the morning sometimes. I think these ones we're actually going to attend, but we've booked them for early in the morning and we're not going to use them, and we're just going to do our tier 1 and then hope we can then open it up and do another tier 1. Because in my mind, I'm like, there is no way all the tier 1 fast passes are going to disappear when everybody can only book one of them. I would assume by if it opens up and by like lunchtime, there should still be some tier 1s you might be able to grab. I think, like, I feel like maybe that's a possibility, and that's how we're gonna do more tier 1s because Tower of Terror is my favorite ride and I'm not missing that for the world. I was happy with it down in tier 2 and they had to go change it, didn't they? Anyway, we are then heading to Hollywood Studios. We're gonna do the Frozen sing-along. For some weird reason, my dad loved Frozen and he loves this show. He was really excited. He helped me do fast passes. And he was like, oh, we're gonna go to that? I'm like, yeah, Dad, we'll go to Frozen for you. So we're doing Frozen. We're then doing Slinky Dog Dash. We then have a reservation at Ogre's Cantina. I don't drink, but I'll get a mocktail and my family will probably have a few drinks. And then we're gonna do dinner, Hollywood Studios somewhere. In my notes, I've written down the Hollywood Brown Derby Lounge or Woody's Lunchbox as options that we are interested in. And then my parents will do Fantasmic. Now we booked fast passes for Fantasmic, but then me and and my sister booked after hours that night at Magic Kingdom. So after hours go from 10 till 1. So I think before Fantasmic starts, we are gonna catch a minivan for the first time and head on over to Magic Kingdom. We'll probably be getting there in time for Happily Ever After, and then we'll do After Hours, which is a great event. Everyone should do it. Once again, we're gonna be really tired from being up all night. Literally not gonna get home till 2 a.m. from the night before. We're going to Epcot this day, and we're not getting there till a bit later in the day. We have a Spaceship Earth Fast Pass. We then have lunch at Restaurant Marrakesh. Now we got this as part of the Candlelight Processional dining package. We decided to do lunch and do the 5 p.m. show for Candlelight Processional because we enjoy watching the fireworks show and then having our nights free. We didn't like having a lot of stuff locked in at night, so that's why we're gonna do the 5 p.m. show. We did it last year. I loved it. I still love the whole experience. Some people say doing the later ones are better because it's darker, but I was happy with what I did. Then we've got a fast pass for Frozen, and then we've got a fast pass for the Seas with Nemo and Friends. We probably won't do it because it'll probably only have a 10-minute wait anyway. Let's be real. And then I put in to do Voices of Liberty because I know my dad will really want to see them. And then we have Candlelight Processional, and then dinner, probably go pick up from some food booths. Otherwise, we might want to check out the Katsura Grill, La Cantina di Angel, or Summerfest. I've written them down as dinner options. And then we get to watch Epcot Forever for the very first time. So that's exciting, never seen that show. Wednesday, in the morning, I've decided we might be ambitious. We might do a water park before our lunchtime reservation at 12:30. So Typhoon Lagoon is right across the road from Disney Springs. So I thought if we get to Typhoon Lagoon right on 10 a.m., you can do it in an hour if it's really dead and it's gonna be winter. It's probably gonna be really dead. And we'll easily get to our lunch reservation, which is at Homecoming for 12:30. It is then extra magic hours that night at Magic Kingdom. So guess which park we're at? Woo! We're at Magic Kingdom. We're doing Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, Journey of the Little Mermaid, and Big Thunder as our fast passes. For dinner, I've written down we'll go to Pecco's Bills, we might go to Captain Cook's at the Poly, we might go to the Contemporary Cafe at the Contemporary, or Roaring Fork or Geyser Point at Wilderness Lodge. We like resort hopping and going checking out other resorts, so since we're in the Magic Kingdom area, you might as well, so I might leave the park for a bit. But Happily Ever After is on, so guess where Ali's gonna be at 9 o'clock? Inside Magic Kingdom, watching Happily Ever After and then enjoying extra magic hours. Thursday, haven't got anything booked in the morning. We're eating lunch at Yak and Yeti. I'm excited to try that. We then have fast passes for Kilimanjaro Safari, Na'vi River Journey, and Rivers of Light. You will notice we don't have Flight of Passage. If you have just watched my recent vlogs, you will know I hate Flight of Passage. It is the worst ride in existence, and I'll never, ever, ever do it again. But I get motion sickness, and it was not a fun time for me. That's why like fast passes were easy for us. They were so easy to get. I'm not fighting everybody for Flight of Passage fast passes over here. You should all thank me. I'm not trying to get your Flight of Passage fast pass. You're welcome, by the way. But yeah, motion sickness means I can't do it. It is not the worst ride in the world. It is to me, but it's not the worst ride in the world. It's actually a lot of people's favorites. I don't get it, but they didn't vomit on it, so, you know, understandable. Then that night, we stayed at Port Orleans Riverside in 2016, and we kept telling my dad, you need to stay at the resort one night and go watch Yeehaw Bob. Because we booked this resort so you could see him, he plays the piano, you can just chill out and relax. Do you think he went and saw him? No, he didn't. So I've literally put it in the plans. After Rivers of Light, we're gonna head over to Port Orleans Riverside, also because Old Key West is sort of next door to Riverside. Yeah, and we're gonna go see Yeehaw Bob, which I'm excited for. I looked up videos on YouTube. He looks awesome, so I'm excited for that. And then Friday, I wrote down extra magic hour at Magic Kingdom for 8 a.m. We are not gonna be up to that. Anyway, we then have fast passes all in the morning. What do we have going on this night? I don't know, this is weird. Okay, we have a Space Mountain, a Seven Dwarfs, and Pirates of the Caribbean. Fast passes in the morning for Magic Kingdom. We are then doing lunch at Morimoto Asia at Disney Springs, and we are then going back to Hollywood Studios that night. So this is when Mickey and I will go see Fantasmic and Jingle Bell Jingle Bam because we couldn't see it on the Monday because we went to After Hours. My parents might not come, they might do whatever they want, but we're gonna head on back to Hollywood Studios that night because it's Friday. There's a Christmas party on and Happily Ever After is not on. Sad. Saturday, this is when we are moving resorts. I know, in case you didn't know, we're moving resorts. We're doing 3 resorts in this trip. If you count Pop Century, it's only for one night, but you count it, right? So we are moving on over to Disney's Boardwalk Resort. I never thought I would stay 1 at a deluxe resort, and then 2 at a deluxe resort that is walking distance to a theme park, let alone 2 theme parks. Oh, this video has gone for way too long. We're on the 2nd week now, guys. It's nearly done. Okay, so once again, I thought would be ambitious. I actually just think this is for Michaela. There's extra magic hours that morning to Animal Kingdom. I'm guessing Michaela probably wants to go do Flight of Passage. Loser, I'm not going with her. And the Legend of Conch Flats tour again. Like I said, I can't say that right, Conch Flats tour. If you don't do it the previous Saturday, we will do it this Saturday just before we check out. And then we have afternoon tea at the Grand Floridian. My dad enjoyed this, but both my parents enjoyed this. I enjoyed this. Afternoon tea is such a lovely experience. The food is good. I'm not a big tea drinker, but the tea was good. I'm really excited for this. It's really relaxing. It's just something beautiful to do. So we're gonna do that, and then it's Saturday night, guys. And guess what's on? Happily Ever After. We're going back to Magic Kingdom. So we have fast passes for Splash, Peter Pan, and Buzz Lightyear. Then we're watching Happily Ever After. Sunday, I've written in here extra magic hours in the morning for Disney's Hollywood Studios. Like I said, once again, maybe we're being ambitious, maybe we want to do Rise of the Resistance, and I'll have to force myself out of bed. Oh, that'd be terrible. But yeah, I wrote that down, so that might happen. We then have a fast pass for Toy Story Mania. Wait, and then Frozen, we are not going to. This is when we're doing those ones that we don't actually care about. Frozen, we're not going to. Voyage of the Little Mermaid, we're not going to. And then we'll really maybe hope to do other rides in that time. Maybe get something else. I've then put a note in here. At about 3 o'clock, we want to do a DVC tour. I like how we've just scheduled this in. This is when we're thinking we want to do a DVC tour. Or mini golf. We've never done mini golf, and it's included in our tickets. So we thought, why the heck not? Now on this day, it is my parents' wedding anniversary. So being the lovely daughter I am, I have booked us for California Grill that night for dinner. So for their anniversary. So you're welcome, parentals. We've got a bit of a late booking, so that's why we're gonna do like mini golf at like 3 and whatnot, because we have plenty of time. And I got the late booking because then at 10 o'clock, because it is a party night, that is when the fireworks will go off. So we'll get to see the Christmas fireworks from the top of the Contemporary, so that is pretty cool. Then the Monday, we have our first breakfast. I think it's our only breakfast. We're going to the Wave. My sister really wanted to eat here. We're then back at Magic Kingdom. For our fast passes, we're meeting Mickey Mouse, going to Space Mountain, Haunted Mansion. I then maybe wanted to do Festival of Fantasy Parade, and then I've just got us not doing much that afternoon, doing whatever we wanted, relax time, go for a swim, you do you. I then have booked, which I don't know if my mum and dad have seen this yet. They've actually looked in here. I say I made my sister call. I hate calling people, that's her job. I literally get anxiety when I call people. It's terrible. I then made my sister call to book a horse and carriage ride at the campsites at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort. We're going on a cute little horse and carriage ride. It looks like a sleigh at this time of year. They make it look like a sleigh. And we'll go around, and they usually take around to the really cool Christmas-like campsites. So I'm excited for that. My mum's gonna love that. We wanted to do it on their anniversary, but we missed out on booking on the Sunday, so we booked it for the Monday. Guys, it's Monday. Happily Ever After is on. I'm gonna be at Magic Kingdom. If you couldn't tell, I love Happily Ever After, like, so much. It's then Tuesday, which means we're gonna be over at Epcot, because that means extra magic hours at night on Tuesday there. We have got fast passes for Test Track. We probably won't need it for Figment unless by some weird reason it actually has a big queue. And the Seas of Nemo and Friends, so like they're two like nonsense fast passes, don't actually care for them. We then have lunch at Tep and Edo. My dad loved so much. He talks about this all the time. He loved that restaurant, like loved. Probably go back to our resort then, go for a swim, go for a nap, come back for dinner, probably eat at some booths and whatnot, and then watch Epcot Forever, and then extra magic hours at night since we're walking distance from Epcot. What? That's so cool, we're walking distance. Wednesday, this is when we've booked Hollywood Studios fast passes that we don't care about. So we booked Star Tours, we're not doing that. Booked Indiana Jones, we're not going to that. We are then doing, we've got lunch at Via Napoli. So this will actually be the first thing we do this day, would be lunch. And then we booked Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. That will be the only fast pass we do that day. Then maybe book more after that if we can. We don't care about the other ones, but Disney screwed us over with their fast pass system over there. And then it's Wednesday. Hello, we're going to Magic Kingdom. It's our final extra magic hours that night at Magic Kingdom, so we'll be over there for Happily Ever After and nighttime extra magic hours. We're nearly there. 2 more days. 2 more days. We're nearly there. Okay, another fast passes we're not going to use. Voyage of the Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast live stage show, not using them, don't care. And then doing Rock and Roller Coaster, and then whatever else we can do at Hollywood Studios. But Rock and Roller Coaster is pretty much the only fast pass we're going to do that day. And then that night we've got my favorite restaurant. We have Ohana. Oh my god, I love that restaurant so much. Friday, it's our final day. Really sad times. We're at Magic Kingdom in the morning because that night is a Christmas party. And we don't have a tradition about what park we have to go to on our first day. Oddly enough, in the past, a lot of the time it has been Animal Kingdom. And I think it's because it's our least favorite park. We used to just try and get out of the way. Sounds really bad, but that is literally what we were like. But I like being at Magic Kingdom on my final day if I can. I can't be there for the fireworks that night because of the Christmas party, so I'll be there in the morning. Buzz Lightyear, we've got It's a Small World and Winnie the Pooh. Then let's probably go back, pack, be really sad. We have dinner at the Flying Fish, and then Mickey and I said if we feel like it, we might go back into Epcot that night just because we can go watch Epcot Forever one final time, or maybe if we feel like going to Hollywood Studios. It's like an open night. Choose whichever one we want to go to. We're in walking distance of both. And then we leave and we'll probably be on some like ridiculous 3 a.m. Magical Express like we were last year. Ugh, so sad. Back to my folder, quickly run through the flights that we travel back home with. So we're on a Delta flight out of MCO at 6:30 in the morning. I actually think it's changed since then. The times change constantly. So yeah, on a 6 a.m. flight out of MCO over to Los Angeles. We land at 9 a.m. We are then leaving Los Angeles at 12 p.m. so lunchtime. And then we get into Brisbane Airport at 8:15 on that Virgin flight. Now, there is no flight after that time that can get us back home to North Queensland. So we are staying overnight at the Ibis Brisbane Airport Hotel. My sister and I did this last year. You haven't seen that yet because I haven't got to the end of the vlogs. And then we have the 6 a.m. flight back to where we live in North Queensland, and we arrive at 8 a.m. Done. That is our trip. We get back on the 23rd of December. So then 2 days later, it's Christmas. Oh my god, I hit my tree. It's Christmas! So we're gonna get back and we're gonna go straight into cooking, prepping for Christmas because my whole family comes here. I still live at home in case you don't know because I travel too much and enjoy my life. That I still live at home, and yeah, so gotta prep for Christmas after that. But that's it, that's our trip, that's our plan. I don't know if that interests you guys, but that is what we are doing. That's it, I'm excited for it to happen. Planned for so long, and then when it finally comes around, it just feels really surreal and crazy. So there's that. All right guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. When I finally land in Orlando, I'll start doing my mini vlogs, so that's exciting, something to look forward to. Little quick snippet videos of every day straight away as soon as I've done it, so you can watch that on my channel. So make sure you are subscribed. You can hit the subscribe button down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to look out for the main vlogs when they come out. Still finishing my last year vlog series, which will still keep running while I'm away. One thing I want to note with the mini vlogs, I won't do them for the cruise because I don't have internet out there. So for those days when I don't have internet, you're not gonna get a mini vlog, and I won't have time to edit them when I get back to Disney. So I think that's fair. I'm not in internet access, so I can't upload anything. So yeah, but maybe I will still put them together, but then upload them in bulk. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how bored I get on the cruise and if I feel like editing. If you have a Disney World trip planned, let me know below. Also, if you happen to be in the parks at the same time, feel free to come say hey. I know I can have resting bitch face. It does not mean I'm actually angry, but I know I can have resting bitch face. If I'm on a mission and going somewhere, it looks like I'm on a mission and I'm going somewhere. But that doesn't mean I don't want to talk to anyone. So if you do see me, come say hey. I have never met or seen anyone else in the parks before. I've been there when other vloggers have been there and we've never met. I'm hoping to meet some fellow Australians while I'm over there. But yeah, if you do see me, come say hey. I am approachable. I'm not gonna bite your head off, even if my face looks like I will. Sorry about that. I definitely won't. So yeah, thanks again so much guys for watching, and I will see you all. I think the next time you're gonna see me is probably gonna be in my current vlog series going up, but I mean like current me is gonna be in a mini vlog of my traveling. That is unreal. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.